Today we're talking about Mr. Beast. Is he a good influencer? Is he even a good role model? Let's talk about it right now. Should everybody strive to be a YouTuber like Mr. Beast? So who doesn't know Mr. Beast? Everyone freaking knows Mr. Beast. He is the guy on YouTube that everyone, and I mean literally everyone, is trying to copycat because we are living in a day and age where, people just want fast-paced videos. And excuse my Wi-Fi. I'm in the process of getting a new Wi-Fi because I just currently moved in. Look, I even got a brand new TV right there. So everyone wants to be like Mr. Beast, and you could pretty much see this as people have said, right? The Mr. Beastification of YouTube. Now, is Mr. Beast a really good influential YouTuber for people to look up to? I think if you want to know my opinion, there are some things that I would really, recommend people taking advice from Mr. Beast, but there's other things that I really don't really consider a very good influence. So let's start with the positives, right? Everyone wants to be an influencer because, number one, we want to make a living off of this. And Mr. Beast has showed us that it is possible to make a full-blown career out of this YouTube thing that we're all trying to do, right? All these millions of dollars, all these sponsorships, working with brand deals, working with companies to try to, make the world a better place, right? That's exactly what these videos are doing. This one is, I bought everything in the store. And if I'm not mistaken, he donated all of these products to all of the businesses, all of the pantries that are out there to give away free food. So in a way, that's a good thing, right? He did a good thing. A second thing is just his tenacity, his strive for ambition, his strive to just complete things. That is something that I feel like we need to take example of, because a lot of us, we just want to quit. We tend to just want to quit and give up so easily, but that's just not the case. We shouldn't give up so easily. If we feel like we truly have a passion, if we feel like we truly have something to work for, then why are we giving up so easily? And a lot of people, they do this. They start a YouTube channel. They think, oh man, this is my calling. I want to do this. And then guess what? A week goes by, 2 weeks go by, a month goes by where they don't even accomplish, or they don't even find that motivation to keep going. So that is one thing that I do appreciate about Mr. Beast, is the fact that his tenacity, right? And the fact that he just kept going. Whether or not people watched, he just did crazy stunts, he did crazy videos, but he was that ambitious that he did not care about the comments of people. He went out there and did his videos. And that's what ultimately has led him to this position. So those are two things that I really do appreciate about Mr. Beast. Now, one thing, or let me, because right here I'm just talking. I don't have a script. I don't have anything in mind. But I'm just going off of what's in my head. I'm just here to tell you guys a raw, uncut footage or video about me just talking about Mr. Beast and what I like about him, what I dislike about him, right? Because we can have our own opinions. That's the good thing about life, that we all have our opinions. So one thing that I don't like about Mr. Beast is, I feel like, in my opinion, he is a bit greedy. And I know you're kind of saying like, well, Anthony, look at what he's doing. Obviously, he needs a lot of money. Okay, but at what point does it really become too much money, right? At what point do you need to do all these things to show what exactly? Like, I get that you're a YouTuber, but at what point do you draw the line as to how much money you want to make, right? Because Mr. Beast completely, I think he said that he wants to take over YouTube. He wants to give away all his money, and that's a good thing. If you want to do kindness to the world, that's a good thing. But man, in the grand scheme of things, if you especially look at YouTube nowadays, if you look at how his content is nowadays, it's pretty much for entertainment. Yes, I get he could be like, oh, you stay in this room and you win $100,000. Okay, yeah, that's cool. You're giving money away, but what else are you doing apart from game shows? Because that's pretty much all he's doing now. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of the new videos that he's doing right now, as of 2025, August 5th, it's pretty much like game show videos. kind of like Squid Games, right? He did the whole Squid Games, and then now he's pretty much doing like reality TV game shows where it's like, he had these two people staying in a doomsday bunker. He did ages 1 through 1,000. He did all that competition where all the YouTubers compete to see who could win the amounts of money, and all of those they involve like games that you need to do, challenges. So it's more like a reality TV game show, not really much doing things like this where he went to grocery stores and gave away food, or, he gave 1,000,000 pennies to his friends or to his subscribers. He doesn't really do those things anymore. And that's kind of like, man, so at what point does it get too much? Because sooner than later, you could probably get to Mr. Beast's level where it becomes a corporate business, right? Because he's no longer a solo creator, just plain and simple. He is no longer a solo creator. Yes, he's a YouTuber and stuff, but he has like hundreds of employees. He has hundreds of employees. It doesn't really seem like a very humble, genuine YouTube channel anymore. If anything, it just seems like a big old corporation where it's like they want to make sure they're in the good side of everyone because they don't want any negative attraction. So while I do like that, he does some charity work, obviously with like Beast Philanthropy and all that, we could get into a really deep conversation whether all of that is genuine, but that's a topic for another video. I'm not really a drama channel. I'm just here to provide motivation to you guys. And I just thought about making a video about Mr. Beast, talking about, what I like about him, what I dislike about him, and how probably you guys could take inspiration from him and become your own successful YouTube channel. So let's just talk about Mr. Beast. He is a very tall person, probably not the tallest because obviously there's a lot of tall people, but I'm 5'11". I'm not the tallest person. I guess I'm just around average, but Mr. Beast is a pretty tall dude. And let's not even talk about Chandler's height. Chandler is freaking ginormous, but Mr. Beast is a pretty tall guy. He's like what, 6'2", 6'3". So I think he grew up in North Carolina, right? Living with his brother or his brother and his sister, raised by his single mom who was deployed in the army or going to the army, or I don't know his full background, but pretty much, he was very obsessed with YouTube. He would always do it. He started when he was very young. He started to gain a lot of popularity through his challenges, like watching paint dry, watching Jake Paul's Everyday Bro for like 10 hours or 24 hours straight. He was pretty much doing all these crazy challenges that got the attention of a lot of people. And that's how he slowly started to grow his empire, right? Then he started doing a lot of crazy stuff like giving away free money, opening up Feastables, giving away free food, doing all these crazy challenges like, oh, we stayed in a deserted island for 24 hours, or last to leave circle wins $10,000. He got famous out of doing all those things, pretty much giving away money, which I feel like sparked a new era and motivation of YouTubers that wanted to do the same thing. That's why you see a lot of people pretty much doing the same thing like Mr. Beast, giving away money, last to leave circle, donating to Twitch streamers who have 0 views. And obviously, yes, we could all take inspiration from this. Like, I've taken inspiration from Mr. Beast. Who wouldn't want to take inspiration from the #1 guy, from the #1 YouTuber on the platform right now? So Mr. Beast, for all of you guys that are not aware, let's just quickly bring up his stats. Even though Social Blade, I don't think is 100% accurate, but it does provide like a ballpark estimation in my opinion. So he has around 419 million subscribers. That is just crazy work. 419 million subscribers. Boy, I would love to just even have 1 million subscribers. And this guy is rocking with 419 million subscribers. He has over 92 billion. That's billion, not million, billion video views. And that is just crazy. It's even crazier that he started in 2012, February 20, 2012. Last time I checked, me and Mr. Beast, we have the same age and we're born around the same time frame. I'm a little bit older. I'm like months older than Mr. Beast. I'm from February. I think he's from May, April, somewhere around there. But I'm pretty much a couple months older than Mr. Beast. And 2012, I was 8, 7, like in 6th grade. Oh my gosh, 6th grade. That is crazy work. I think it was 6th grade. Or 7th grade, 7th or 8th grade, somewhere around there. But we were pretty much in middle school. So when I was in middle school, Mr. Beast was in middle school and he was making content and I was out there just doing dumb stuff. I don't know why I didn't start YouTube sooner. I wish I would have started YouTube sooner. But point is, Mr. Beast, 419 million subscribers. This could be you guys. Now, I'm not saying maybe you'll get to Mr. Beast's level, but this level of success, we can all reach it if we just strive. So Mr. Beast, I feel like, is a very good motivation if you want to start YouTube. Obviously, you know, take the good and leave the bad, like all the greed stuff, put it away. Don't take the greed stuff. But in terms of helping people and being very, consistent and showing up every single day for your YouTube career, for your YouTube journey is very important. So, you know, if you found this video valuable, make sure to watch the other video that YouTube is going to recommend. It will really help me out a lot, and I'll see you guys on the next one.